Hello, everybody. So, Metroid Dread just came out the other day. We're going to do a bit of a playthrough while we're still finishing up our learning from home. I like my games a little bit brighter than not. It helps me see a little bit better. And we're going to rock and roll. Metroid, a virulent floating organism that drained energy from its prey through physical contact. Metroids were originally created by the Chozo and named after their word for Ultimate Warrior. Their value, as a bioweapon, sparked several crises, and as a result, all traces of them have been eliminated. They are now extinct. X-Parasite, a gelatinous parasitic organism indigenous to the planet SR388. It could absorb the DNA of its host, living or dead, and replicate its form. When infecting a living host, it could even access the host's memories. X-parasites were driven not by emotion, but by an instinctive need to replicate and spread to increasingly stronger hosts. Their inability to be controlled marked them as even more dangerous than their sole predator, the Metroids. Like the Metroids, they are believed extinct. And boom, Samus is shot by the goop. It works its way through her armor. With no Metroid surviving on SR388, it became infested with the X, horrifying parasites capable of imitating any living being. Unaware of this, I set foot on the planet, got infected, and almost died. The only thing that saved me was a vaccine created from Metroid DNA, which also left me uniquely able to oppose the X. This ability was tested immediately when I went to a Biologic Space Laboratories (BSL) research station to investigate a distress signal. There I battled many powerful X forms, including the SA-X, which was the X mimicking me in my power suit at full strength. I eventually eliminated the X menace on SR388 by setting the BSL research station on a collision course with the planet. After that, the X and Metroids were just memories, or so we thought. Just when it all seemed over, the Galactic Federation received a mysterious video transmission. It showed an X, alive and in the wild. Thorough analysis proved that the video was real. Although the sender was unknown, the transmission was traced to a particular planet. It was called ZDR. If the X had somehow escaped extinction out there, they would pose a threat to the entire galaxy. The Galactic Federation dispatched a research team of 7 EMMI to investigate. Excellion Star Corporation. An EMMI is a large research robot designed to capture field samples and extract their DNA. Their incredible mobility and protective plating made of the strongest stuff in the universe practically guaranteed the mission's success. But not long after their arrival on ZDR, all communication was lost. Really epic music in the background. What is happening on ZDR? Is the planet really infested with X? As the only one immune to the parasites, it's up to me to go there and find out. So in the Metroid games, the main character is Samus Aran, who is the lady in the big spacesuit. um, if you've ever played a Metroid game, she can shoot, regular sort of beams, missiles, can roll up into a ball, drop bombs, and sort of pop up. The first Metroid game came out like years and years ago on the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES.
Will soon land gracefully in your atmosphere.
So if you've never played it, the bounty for this mission does not seem appropriate. The risk clearly outweighs the reward. Lady.
The atmosphere in T minus 10, 9, 8, 7,
So while they're doing the long countdown, you guys might have heard of games called Metroidvanias, and
2,
they're games where you sort of progress through, and as you find unlockables, you then come back to where you were before to get through other puzzles or, sort of find unlockables. So there's going to be, well, I'd expect there to be a fair bit of backtracking in this, where we look at one thing and then move back and look at another. And with the weird suit coloring, like it's, nothing really matches. It's like the blue suit that's been repaired with some of the red stuff. So from what little I know about this game, those white robots are like unbeatable, and you just sort of have to try and outrun them. So it has some horror aspects. If I get oh, pretty decent cutscenes, most Nintendo games don't get over the top cutscenes like this. So pretty happy to see it. Oh, so from the last game, she did have a sort of block defect thing. It looks like she deflect, sorry, and it looks like she's carried that over here. Okay. So we got our jump button, regular shoot. That's our block. That brings out our missiles. That keeps us still. L2, R2 don't do anything, so that holds us still and gives us a bit of better aiming. So this is kind of like a 2.5D game. It's kind of 3D pictures. Oh, that's what that does. It lets us slide. Okay, what did they say? Oh, I walked past it twice, they're not going to show me again. Hold L and... What? Thanks, buddy. So in games like this, you can sort of farm enemies like that to get your health back and to get some missiles back. Okay, so this fills up our ammo, which is good to know. Like I said, when we turn into a ball, we don't have that unlocked yet, but we can sort of roll through that section. And this is where it talks about coming back. Hold R to ready missiles and Y to fire them. Oh, can I skid through there? No. Okay.
Uploading
So
data.
I didn't hear that. So
So
you've accessed the network station. Well done, Samus. I have reviewed your vital signs and video log from the data you uploaded. I've run a full analysis, but I cannot account for why you lost consciousness. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you. Whatever caused these changes seems to have stripped you of most abilities. You might call it physical amnesia. That brings me to your assailant. I'm checking the Federation database against your video log. It appears to have been a Chozo. The attacker's identity is not yet clear. I've determined that you are somewhere within the depths of ZDR. Your top priority should be to return to your ship to the surface. This situation is precarious. Trust your instincts as you navigate upward. This planet appears to consist of multiple areas, shuttles, elevators, and other modes of transport to connect them. Keep an eye out for ways to reach the surface. The ship's location is marked on your global map. Check it for yourself. You may encounter pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. So we're weak to cold. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you. Should have read on. There are many such cold areas scattered underground. Do not enter them with your basic power suit. One final thing, underground interference is preventing radio transmissions. Check in with me at any network stations you find. So in the older games, you used to get a suit called the Varia suit, which made you immune to hot situations. Plus opens up our map. So we came from the left, we're going to continue to the right. X brings up the global map, which, okay. Fast cursor, reset location. Minus brings us the option. So this game did have 2 amiibo that came with them. Scan Metroid-related amiibo to give Samus extra resources or to replenish a random amount of energy or missiles. You can scan each amiibo once per day to replenish these resources. So I don't have any of the amiibo, but it is what it is. Controls, saving, rumbles on, brightness is fine. Nope. So again, the last game was out on the 3DS, and it only had one back button, which was the bit made it easy to fall back on pressing the furthest back button. Use a melee counter at the right moment to parry certain attacks and automatically take aim at the attacker. Press X to use your melee counter now. Parry enemy attacks with a melee counter by pressing X at the right moment. And that gives us sort of an auto lock on at that point. Oh. Whoop. Messed that one up. Yeah, this way, bud. Okay, messed that up. Shouldn't have come back down. We'll get rid of Sluggo. I pressed the wrong button. I was meant to. There we go. I was a little bit too late on that one. Now here's where, rather than just continuing this way, which I do think is the way we're meant to go, we're going to explore. Can we get up there at all? Nothing we can shoot out. So this is Arteria. If an area on the map is blinking, it indicates that a hidden item is there. Okay. So we got 2 more missiles. So I can't go back through there just yet. So these were those research robots. An EMI attack can be countered by pressing X at the exact moment of the flash. However, the timing is extremely difficult to gauge, making this a desperate maneuver. Tilt and ZL to slide on. Okay, so I've got to slide under them when I see them. This is the part where I said it's a little bit of a horror game in that you're meant to just sort of run away from them. And it can't climb because it only has 1 arm. Oh! Press the wrong button. You can slide under a stunned EMI. You have 1 chance, however it's extremely difficult to gauge. I know. Alright. Can we fast forward through this? Now we're just going to do the runaway game. We know that he can't climb. We're going to run through. So it looks like we absorbed something from there. An energy from the central unit transformed the arm cannon into an Omega cannon. Okay. Hold L. Use R to charge the Omega blaster. Once charged, press Y while still holding R to fire. Hold R to charge, press Y. Oh, R. Okay, so we got a superpowered gun. Now, I'm going to try my best to stay on top of these videos, make sure that every video is about 20 minutes, so it fits into our connect time.